I have a question. When somebody says something really mean to you, does it just sort of fly over your shoulder, or does it stick to your brain like Velcro? Conversely, when somebody says something really nice to you, does it stick to your brain, or does it just sort of go like water off the proverbial duck's back? I think we probably all know the answer to that. Unfortunately, our brains are programmed to go to the negative 80% of the time. Now, our brains were formed back in Paleolithic times. It made sense back then. You know, it was either the carrot or the stick. If you miss the carrot the first time, you know, there's probably always going to be another carrot. If you miss the stick, you might be dead. There wasn't going to be a second time. So we are programmed to be watching out for that stick, to be waiting for those negative thoughts. So let me tell you a story. I was honored to be in a movie a couple of years ago. It was a documentary about the AIDS epidemic in San Francisco. It was called We Were Here. It took 5 of us who lived in San Francisco through the whole epidemic and followed our lives during that time. It's a harrowing film. It's a sad film. It's a funny film. But it's also a very uplifting film, a very beautiful film. One of the things that people said to me afterwards was, "You're so brave to be so vulnerable in front of the camera." Well, you know, when you're talking about the grief of losing 2 partners and most of your friends, vulnerability sort of comes naturally. Not hard. On the other hand, ever since the film came out, I get a few letters, emails, Facebook messages every week from strangers around the world telling me how much they admire me, how much I mean to them. And you know what? I don't let it in. That's the problem. So I've been trying to develop a practice about letting the good in, and I'd like to share it with you. So what I do is I have a folder in my email called Fan Mail, where I save all of those letters, and I look at them every day, not all of them, just maybe 1 or 2 a day, and I take those words and I turn them into an image of silver rain just falling through my body, just like covering and coating every cell that had maybe hurt or pain attached to it, and washing it clean. And what I'm left with is an image of a spider web with morning dew on it. So, you know, you need to do that for at least 30 seconds. Because it takes our brains at least 20 to 30 seconds to form a long-term memory. A long-term memory is made up of neurons that are firing together. And what they say in neuroscience is neurons that fire together, wire together. So you got to at least spend 30 seconds letting that flow through you, letting those neurons wire together. So you do that once, or I do that once, big deal. But if I do that every single time I get one of those letters, let it flow through me, or every time I take a bite of a fresh peach in springtime, that first peach, or every time my husband tells me he loves me, if I just let that flow through me, I'm creating neural pathways, one over the other, and that's creating a neural network. I call it my neural safety net. It's coming. It's not there yet. It's coming, but I feel it happening. So what I encourage you to do is find your own image, your own metaphor, and take those good things, every little good thing, no matter how small it is, take the time to let it in, flow through your body, wash over your body, hold it in your body, find a place for it. and create your own neural network. So the next time something mean, something negative comes in, and you know what? It's probably going to come from yourself. Next time that happens, someday, it's going to hit that net and bounce right out of your head. Thank you.